What is going on, Lunatic Fringe? Everything about Luna Classic is about adding value to your investment, or at least that's what I feel like. Now, am I right or am I wrong would be really the question. There are a lot of people in this space who are here for the profit. They're here to see progress. They're here to see a good pump. And there are people here who just want to build because there's something to do and because it provides them fulfillment in their life. They like things to be decentral, or they like things to be... There's a lot of different people, a lot of different ways that people look at a blockchain. Now, the one thing that you will find out when you're going through this and you're trying to have a quote-unquote honest evaluation of what the people think. There are people here who have never made it. Those people, they want to see value for their investment so that they have made it, so that they can be the type of people that other people expect them to just blindly be. To give you an example, if you were to look at some of the people that are in this ecosystem voting against any sort of centralization, they're not broke. They've already made their money in crypto. So now they have the freedom to tell you what you should think or how you should react to whatever happens, the pump, the dump. You know, they're going to give you their opinion. And really, they've already been there, they've already done that, they've already made it. So you haven't, or most of you haven't. So you're holding on for dear life while they play with your bag, and not in the fun way. So we're going to talk about that just a little bit, and we're going to see where this ecosystem is headed. I do think that it's in a positive direction. I've lowered my estimate, but I'm still pretty bullish overall on what the next step is. And as you see on the charts right now, we continue to move slowly but surely to an upside. Now, how far that upside goes, that's going to remain to be seen, but let's check it out. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Before we get started, Luna Classic has burned on Trobits 154,000. That is a low number because they were off for a couple days. Now, I've submitted to them a new proposal to include some more data, which over here in this little panel, this little empty window, if you will, that, you know, maybe we need a little information right here, maybe a little information right over here, try to help us out so that we can freely understand what's going on one page. I know it might hurt your finger, but, you know, scrolling, oh, such a problem. You know what I mean? Scrolling is such a problem. And really, to be fair, like what I want to do is I want to give you your presentation, I think should be like all on the screen. So over there on that side, you know, we'd like to see a daily update or something like that. Give you a reason to click, in my opinion. So they're going to consider that. They're going to look at it. They're going to let me know whether or not that's going to be done. But in the meantime, it costs you nothing to come to Luna Classic and to try what you have right here in front of you, which is a burn protocol that's going to burn every single day based entirely on ad revenue. It's insane if you don't contribute. I mean, look, if you are seeing this and you're not coming in here, we don't have 1,000 people coming here per day just to check this out and see what the real deal is and to get some of these massive burns, then, I mean, what are we even doing? Like, help the network or hurt the network, your choice. Anyway, moving on to meme coins, not very much to talk about, not very much change at all. Again, the Luna versus USTC is up. Didn't want to see that. Want to see USTC versus Luna to be the big move. Again, we took a big bag of USTC just to see what would happen, and now we're just waiting to see if we're going to be right about it. Now, that doesn't mean that there's no value or anything like that. Just, timing. So Garuda X up a little bit on the day, Juris up a little bit on the day. Rest of it just kind of sideways, just really kind of sideways. You see some downward momentum here, but these are just some random tokens that just kind of pop up. No proposals up at all. Now let's talk price action. So this is what's happening right now. We're kind of dead even on the day. Like we're not in super pump mode now. We had been up until a little while ago. U.S. market seems to be coming online. As it's coming online, little expectation that people are going to take a bit of profit. This has been a pretty significant move, really, when you break it down. Like you can say, well, it's not moving. Well, actually, it's up 32% over the last, I want to say, 2 weeks. So if you're looking at it and you're still crying about it, on a project being up 30% over the course of 2 weeks, and you're crying about it, you are one of those not gonna make it ass buying the top biatch. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know. Anyway, so if you didn't buy and DCA your way down here, then I mean that's just you not understanding the investment protocol and how to make money and how to DCA and stuff like that. That is not the project. Project's up 30% from this position. Now, if you were to sell right here and it goes back down even more, you would be able to buy 30% more if it goes back to where it was. Now, it probably won't do that, but that's on you. You're the investor. You're supposed to be able to figure this shit out. So if you can't, or you don't like it, I mean, that's a different story. But let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on. As you see, we talked about what was going to happen. We have this trend line. We had a bounce down here at the bottom where we said it was going to happen. We've got it going up. And now if you're saying, well, it's not all the way up at the top, right, because it takes days to go up there, which is why this whole thing kind of moved outward like this as we were doing. It's going to take a little while to get back into that range. Doesn't mean that it couldn't happen overnight. Just means that it's not likely to happen overnight because, you know, there's still questions, concerns. There's still things that people, you know, want to deal with. There's still the question of the repeg. There's still the question of LFG or some other place that still has funds in their wallet. Are they going to dump? Are they going to pump? What are they going to do? How much is Binance going to burn? Still lingering questions. So, you know, we'll get those answered. As we get those answered, you can see what goes on. Now, volume way down 43%, but price action up. Same thing over here, down 52%, price action. Looking around the ecosystem, Lunk is full of surprises. We're building stronger every day, pushing forward with passion, dedication. Hard work always pays off. Does it always pay off? I think so. I think so. And we're really at the move for crypto. You know, whatever that move is going to be, we're at the dawn of that move. And we talked about global liquidity flow. We've talked about the M2 money supply. We talk about these things, and they're out there. So now it's just a matter of waiting, have a little bit of patience to see it play out. Burns are up 345 million. That's not huge, but we had a big burn yesterday, which was 162 million on that day and 76 million the day before. Some movement in just some movement. Going to announce the winners today for Terra Casino. You'll see it in the chat for the videos. We're still staking over here. Terra Pump, J Money Crypto is actually moving along. So if you want, you can help get that thing unbonded. If we look at it from a price standpoint, still have these two that are unbonded. We got, you know, stuff down here along the way. You know, some of these like Neil just kind of bottomed out, you know, look like we were, you know, really look like everything was just, you know, cruising along. And then, you know, what did you get over the couple of days? Just a couple of days, you know what I mean? People just kind of gave up. And, you know, who's the founder? Who created it? You know what I mean? And then, you know, what did they do? I don't know. That's, you know, you guys can figure that out. But still plenty of opportunity over here. And it's about to get even more serious because, again, this is where you're going to make some money. This is where potentially you know, make some money. And, you know, having some of these things that really, really kind of it's going to send a great message to other people. And Pump Fund is starting to move again. Now let's talk about Terra Tritium. Terra Tritium, as you guys might know, we played this a little while, and they've made some dramatic updates to the game. So I have a fresh new account here, and you know, hopefully we're going to skip. Actually, we're going to skip all this, and we're in Bleveland, by the way. Bleveland, Ohio, whatever. So if you were interested, certainly come check this out. You need some Terra Tritium, stuff like that to play, and then build your city up. So I haven't built anything. We're going to start playing it over the next couple of days. This is just to show it to you. And you can kind of look at it, decide, you know, is this the game for you? For full disclosure, I play a game called Viking War of Clans on my phone, stuff like that. It's the same concept, so I'm already familiar with it, and I enjoy these types of games. And we'll see whether or not, you know, this is as much fun as I think these games are. So again, we're going to play this live over the next couple of days, and you guys will be able to check it out for yourselves. And we still got our stake sitting. So that's it. That's your update. It's very simple, guys. You just a little bit more patience and just hold on, because that move is actually playing out right now. We just haven't had that impulse banana zone sort of feeling. You know, one day we're going to go up 100%. And you're going to be like, oh, you might still be down because you bought tops. You might still be down and you're going to be tempted to sell or something like that. That would be a mistake in my opinion. Then a couple days later, maybe it goes up another 100. And now you're starting to look like, oh, wow, I'm a genius. I made a good profit off of this. You start feeling a lot better about where the position is. Then it goes 10x. Then it goes 15x, 20x. Now you're feeling like just an absolute mental giant because it's happening, right? So you're not going to have that feeling if you keep moving your money around. If you don't make a conviction play and stick with your conviction, then your conviction is going to go on without you. So you decide who you're going to be and let me know in the comment section down below. Are you going to hodl or are you going to sell at the first opportunity? It's not financial advice. Always right.